Humble Kingz Comic Book Show. I am your host, Ramon, and to your right, depending on how you're looking at it, my right, your right, whatever.
I'm somewhere
on the
here.
right of the screen. You got the man, the myth, the legend, the pastor, T. Barlow. So I made it. I made it with 20 seconds to spare.
Really?
And then that I literally edited that right that quick. During that, I had to download that audio and get it in there and put it at the end.
I was sitting over here thinking like he did it.
I made it, bro. I barely made it, but I made it.
He made it. Yeah, man.
Ooh-wee.
Yo, so man, first of all, man, I want to welcome everybody back to another show. This has been fun. This has been a fun little thing, man.
Yes. I enjoy it. We're not sure where Adrian at. He's MIA. Maybe he'll join us later. He might be out to dinner with his wife. They're both hardworking people. They work at the same place. We're not going to say their job here, but they both work at the same place. He's a manager, and then she works in a different department. They're finally, after years of working at the same place, they were able to transfer to the same place that they work at. Well, because they both
same location.
Yeah, because they both lived in California, and when my brother got the manager job in San Antonio, she was able to transfer to San Antonio. And they have always for the longest of time they both started off at nights. And then he was able to move into the days, and then she's been at nights until last year. So they now are both on the same schedule. So they're out a lot now because they're on the same schedule now.
Yeah.
So
that's what's up, man. Hopefully, all is well. We look forward to hearing back from him. I can't wait for our episode where we get to talk Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episode. So this episode, we're going to talk about at least the first half. I don't know. I wanted to talk about a movie that's a comic book movie, but not a comic book movie, if that makes sense. So we are going to talk about Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. So these are movies that are about comic books, but they're not actually a comic book movie because they don't have a comic book out for that. Right?
Yeah. From my understanding, they don't. Yeah.
So mostly what we talk about here is something that's already had a comic book and we're talking about it, and it's a TV show, movie, cartoon, whatever. In this case, it does not have a comic book, but the movie is about comic books. I watched all of them back to back on Sunday. I watched the first one kind of back to back. I watched the first one, took a nap, and then I woke up, or what I call a crash, and then I woke up and finished the last two, and we're talking 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I was supposed to revisit those, and I straight forgot. I remember a good portion. You know what's crazy is Unbreakable, of course, was the first one I saw. I feel like I remember that one more than I remember.
That's how I was, because I think I watched it a few times, and you might have watched it a few times too, and that's probably why.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson, man. Actually, first of all, I just want to talk about the dynamic between Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. So far, with there's been 3 movies where you had the both of them in there that I can think of at the top. Actually, no. More than that, but
more than that, yeah.
Yeah, but really in Pulp Fiction, they didn't really have like a dialogue together. But Die Hard with a Vengeance, Unbreakable, and then Glass, and I just gotta say, like,
there's something else that they were in together too.
Well, like I said, Pulp Fiction was the other one I was thinking of.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah. But they didn't really have I don't recall them having a scene together in Pulp Fiction.
They didn't talk to each other in it. They did have a scene when they came into the bar when they were all dressed in their clothes after they had killed the dude.
Right. Yeah.
And Van Rains was telling them about how he has to go down and all that.
Yeah. Right. That's good. Yeah, good point. Yeah, but the two of them together. And Die Hard with a Vengeance was my first, of course, experience with them, which I think it was like the first movie
that I can remember. Me too.
Yeah.
That Die Hard with a Vengeance was my loaded weapon or something like that. They both was in too. They were both in that too.
Really, I don't think I ever really watched that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shot up the wrong house or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was like, "What are you doing?" But yeah, that movie, Die Hard with a Vengeance, was my my introduction to Samuel L. Jackson being my favorite actor.
Really?
Yes, that movie. I was like, wow, this dude is. And after that, I paid attention. I was like, I'm gonna learn this dude's name. And so when it went off, I learned his name. And then I was like, oh, he was in Do the Right Thing and da 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 da.
Coming to America.
You know, and then you're going back to watch it, and you're like, man, he's such a good actor.
Yeah. Coming to America was my first experience of Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, it's probably all our first experience.
Actually, I take that back.
Or was he Jungle Fever first? I don't know which one came first.
It was either that or School Days. School Days may have came first. Whichever one came before. All I know is he was actually in School Days. Even like I don't think I recognized him as Samuel L. Jackson. You know, so I don't think it wasn't until like after the fact. But Die Hard with a Vengeance. Like I really love that dynamic. But I think the movie that did it for me was The Long Kiss Goodnight.
That was a real good movie, but it wasn't a movie that did it for me. It was Die Hard, yeah. That was a real good movie. 206 movies he have been in.
Really?
Yeah, I just looked right now. Yeah.
That's a lot of daggone movies.
And I think around the time that I became a fan, he was like at 70-something. Something like that. Jurassic Park was out. All those things, you know? Hold on to your butts.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look to see what was his first one. I went too far down. First movie, East Bayou.
That's not his first movie. That's not his first movie. East Bayou was.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's his production. I'm sorry. Together for Days.
I don't
Never even heard of it. 1972, because it's before our time. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you, I love Samuel, and so like
he was in Uncle Tom's Cabin. I didn't know that.
As a kid or something.
I don't know. It said he was in it as George.
Yeah. See. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Yeah. So, because I was gonna say, I was looking, and I would have said School Days is the latest movie that I've seen him with, the first movie, skipping all the other ones that I didn't know. But it would actually be Uncle Tom's Cabin, and I didn't know he was in that movie. But I've only seen the movie once.
Get out of town, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, so Samuel, let me tell you. So Unbreakable, for me, was like a new. I mean, you know, he's had so many different roles, and it's like he's not the same character, but he's the same.
Yeah.
But it's like he's not the same character, but he's the same character. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's so weird.
The way he talks, his dialogue, all that, it never changes, but you never look at him as the same person.
Right. Because like although his vocal tones and all that stuff, like I never know him to change his voice. I never know him to put on an accent or any of that, but he will change whether he can be serious, he can be zany. You know, he can be gangster. You know what I'm saying? He can be a little, you know.
He can do it all. He can do it all.
Yeah.
He can do it all. Samuel Jackson, he can do it all. I love him.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the first movie, Unbreakable, what I liked about it so much. And what I noticed this time around watching it that I've never noticed before.
Okay.
The visual of it. And people are still not doing it. The unconventional camera angles. Do you remember what I'm talking about? So we opened up with not Samuel Jackson.
Bruce Willis?
No. Is it Ezekiel? What's his name in the movie? I can't remember. But he's born. He's being born. His mother's holding him, right? That's how we open up with the movie.
Okay.
The camera is showing. You can see the mom laying down on the bed, but you also see the mirror in back of her, so you can see her back. And you can see the people standing in the doorway through the mirror. And the doctor walks in and, you know, he's talking to her and they're panning to the right and they get him, you know, he looks at the baby and everything. And they keep going in the mirror. And I was like, wow, that's such a great shot there of a one shot. You have the mirror. They were panned down to the mom, just on her. They were panned to the right to to the doctor. They were paying him even more to the right to the women when he asked, did somebody drop the baby? They were paying back and show all of them again in the mirror. It was so just great. It was another scene where it's Samuel Jackson as the kid, right? And the mom was trying to get him to go outside to tell him that, God, you don't hide in the house. You got to take what God gives you, things like that. But they're looking at a TV that's off, and so we're looking at the reflection through the TV through this whole conversation. Then you have a shot with Bruce Willis when he's on the train talking to the woman, and it's literally like a child looking between the seats, right? You're looking between the seats, you're looking at them talk in between the seats. And then you have these faraway conversation with Bruce Willis and his son when he's talking about playing football with the guy, and it's a faraway shot, so you can't see them, you can't see their lips moving, you just see their body language, and that's straight comic book stuff right there, right? Your faraway shots with the bubble, and you had another faraway shot with him and Samuel Jackson when they're at the stadium, when he's asking them about certain things that he do and all this other stuff when he had the fake ticket. So it was so many excellent shots that I loved in this first movie, and they didn't do it in the other two movies, but they did it in this movie. And I loved it. I was like, these are so unconventional shots. They're comic book shots.
Yeah. You know what though? I wonder if, I can't understand the third movie, but like with the second movie, cause I'm gonna be 100 with you. I remember watching that movie and not realizing that this was like a follow-up to Unbreakable until like the end.
Well, nobody did until the end because until Bruce Willis shows up at the very end.
What do they call him? They said they call him Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass, and they show him, and you go, oh.
He was like, oh. And at that point, that's when, because here's the thing.
I didn't even watch Split. I didn't even know of that movie. Until I can honestly say I didn't even know that movie until I watched Glass, and I was like, "What's happening?" I had to go back and watch Split. I didn't know it, and Split is a very good movie, dude. Professor X is a great actor.
Yeah, listen. let me tell you. I had lost faith in M. Night Shyamalan.
I don't think you said that right.
I'm pretty sure I didn't. It's Shyamalan.
I think it's just Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan. I'm not sure though.
I lost faith in him because he was just putting out stuff where I was just like, "Yo, what is going on, man?"
I haven't seen all his movies. I've seen those three. I've seen Signs, and I've seen The Sixth Sense. Okay. That's it. So a lot of people say, he put out some bad stuff, but those are the only movies that I've ever seen, and those are all good. But I know the Airbender one was a bad because of what they did, right?
Listen, I gauge other movies by that movie.
Yeah.
That movie.
I did not go see The Last Airbender because of the casting. I was like, nah, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. I'm not gonna go see it. It's wrong. Yeah. And I still haven't seen it to this day.
Yeah, you trust me. Honestly, the only way I would tell you to watch that movie is if you over somebody else's house and they have it on and you got time to waste. Otherwise, don't. It's just it was, and because I love that. And here's the funny thing though, right? I remember when I first went and saw it, I was just really more so like drunk on the fact that yo, this is a live action Airbender. To where I really wasn't keyed in on certain things. Then I went back and watched it. I was like, yo, this acting is trash. And yo, this script.
Was the acting bad too?
Oh,
the acting was bad?
The acting was horrible.
Wow.
I mean, just stuff that they did, where I was stuff that annoyed me that I ignored because I had paid for a movie ticket to watch it. Mm-hmm. But then because that's what I do. If I pay for it.
You like anime, so I know.
Yeah.
I know you went to go see it.
So here's the thing. There's an interesting conversation there. The Last Airbender is not exactly an anime. I'm not quite sure why we don't consider it that, but we don't. I think it has a lot to do with who animates it and where it comes from, where it originates, and the style of even the style of animation, or whatever. But however, it's like an honorary anime. But having said all of that, though, like I lost faith in M Night because of that. But when Split came out, faith restored. Because at first, like when it was playing, it was like, you see the trailer, you say, yo, this looks good, and then you see the director, it's like, oh man, M Night, man, like because M Night has this way sometimes of just setting you up for failure. You go in there with these high hopes, and then it's like, oh man, like come on, man, like what's happening here? But Split, M Night did his thing. He did.
So,
yeah.
while we're talking about that, I want to say if anybody is watching on my Facebook page or anything, if you're not on the comic book show page, Facebook page, or on our YouTube page, please go to that if you want to make comments. That way I can get them on the show, because I can see it over here, but I can't push the little thing so to show up on the show so everybody can see your comments. Unless you want your comments to be private, then that's fine. But if you want it to be on the show, please go into one of those, and I'll put it so that we can put your comments over there, because I like, especially Jessica, I see you making the comments on my page, but it doesn't pop up in StreamYard for us to put up. So, and I was like, last week I was like, man, Jessica wasn't on there, and she was just on my page, so it wasn't popping up in our feed.
Yeah. Yo, so like, yeah, man, M Night restored, and then like I like how, I mean, like, so much time had passed, man, right? Like between Unbreakable and Split, which is why, like, none of us, like, I don't think any of us ever like realized that, like, yo, like, this is a follow-up, whatever, right? I thought Unbreakable was such a dope concept, because you're right, it's not a comic book movie, but it's a movie, but it's a movie with comic book energy, I suppose, or it has the soul of a comic book, I suppose. I don't know. Like, it was so weird. Like going into the movie, like, I had no idea that it was gonna be like what I thought it was gonna be, like what it turned out to be, and or even like at that time I was kind of slow enough to not pick up on the fact that Samuel L. Jackson is actually a villain and whatnot. A lot of movies were coming out around that time that had like a bunch of like crazy twists and so forth, and so like, I mean, the way that he played this out between Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass, just absolutely, like, I thought it was phenomenal. And,
Right.
and your boy, you talk about your boy, what you call it, Professor X?
Yeah, I call him Professor S because I'm terrible with names, bro. I am terrible with names, so I will call you Professor X.
Yo, snap! It's making me mad because now you done made me forget my dude's name. Because I know this dude's name, but James McAvoy. That's his name, James McAvoy. Right? The plethora of characters that he had to play. It's right up there with like Eddie Murphy, and or who else has played multiple characters in 8 movies? Stop. Who else has done that? Bump it. It's right up there with the likes of like Eddie Murphy, who's had to play multiple characters. Only difference is with him, he had it easy because he didn't have to sit through like so much makeup. But like,
Who?
like my man James McAvoy, who plays Split. That's his name. That's Professor X's name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, he had to play so many different characters.
Yeah, in that movie, oh my goodness, so many, like, ridiculous, and so quick that he had to go from one to the next, right? Jumping from one to the next. Samuel Jackson, I was reading some comment about the movie, how he was like, you want to talk about a good actor is watching somebody go from one character to the next character to the next character right in front of my face.
Yeah.
I can do it one character and be a different person, but he had to do it multiple times.
Yeah. Like the amount of practice that probably would have had to take because mannerisms and all that stuff have to change. You know what I mean? So like yeah, I can only imagine. It makes me wonder what the direction was like on that. You know what I'm saying? And if you know how many outtakes he had to do. But like yo, like that was just a dope performance, man. Dope performance on all their parts. Man, I have to go back and revisit these movies again because this stuff was actually really dope.
Yeah, most definitely. I am on the phone with Adrian. He is having problems getting on. So his thing keeps saying that something's already using the camera and nothing's using the camera. So we don't know what's going on right now. And they won't let him get into the show because it's telling them something's already using his camera. So I'm trying to talk him through it.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, interesting fact that I just came across. Somebody asked this question online if Split was based on a true story, and inspiration for the film is a real life multiple personality Billy Milligan.
Yes.
The 14th of February 1955 to the 12th of December 2014, I suppose is when he lived. He was charged with 3 rapes. And he's the first person diagnosed with multiple personality disorder to use as an insanity defense by reason of that disorder, and also first to be acquitted of it.
Yeah. So I think he had to go into a mental institution. Like, so he didn't get prison time. He didn't get jail time or anything like that. He had to go into like, I want to make that clear. He didn't say, "Hey, I'm crazy. I got multiple things," and he got off. You know, they were able to prove that he didn't know what he was doing. It was another personality that was doing it. But also because of that, he was what's the word? Not safe.
Yeah.
To the general public.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is crazy. Yeah. Man, this is the M Night, man. Like I'm serious. Like he surprised me with this one, and like now I just go like, hell, you know, yeah, he really pooped the bed with that Avatar, which by the way, if you're listening and you're watching it and it's a Tuesday night or a Wednesday, Thursday, Avatar: The Last Airbender live action on Netflix is going to be premiering, and I got to tell you, I've seen some scenes already. And they've taken those scenes and putting them next to like the cartoon scenes. Like they really tapped into some source material on this. They made some poor decisions regarding it though, regarding certain things that were like character traits of some of the main characters that I'm not really excited about. But overall, I think I'm going to enjoy this experience, and I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
So, which one was your favorite one out of the 3 movies that we're talking about? Split, Glass, Unbreakable.
I will tell you, Glass was my least favorite. I can't remember why. Just know that it was. But between Split and Unbreakable, you know what? I'm just gonna give it to Unbreakable, just because, like it really set the foundation for where we were going. Because Split would not.
Without Unbreakable, we wouldn't have Split or Glass.
Split wouldn't make sense to us without Unbreakable, because Unbreakable was laying this foundation of like, yo, like yes, there may be comic books out here, but superhuman abilities are real, so to speak, right?
Just Split.
Yeah, and so it's Split. What you got to see was just like, you know, I mean, you saw some freakiness with like Bruce, but with Split, you see, you know, you see my boy, the Beast, you know what I'm saying? Like you see, you know what I'm saying? You see him doing all this other stuff, but like none of that would make sense though, I would think, without that foundation that was laid in like Unbreakable. So I'm going with Unbreakable on this. But like yeah, Split is a very close second. What have you. I think I need to watch these movies again. I'm going to go back and revisit them. Cause it's been a minute. You know, I just realized I've been trying to figure out who this dude was. That daggum James McAvoy It's Mr. Tumnus from the Chronicles of Narnia. That never dawned on me. You still listening to Adrian? Well, in the meantime, folks, and by folks I do mean Jessica. I see you, sis. Splits being your favorite. That's because, you like weirdos. That's why you hang around us. Yes, indeed. There you go.
Alright.
What's happening?
You hear me?
I can hear you a little bit. I can't hear you, Flyness, because you got your stuff muted.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Alright. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Or no?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. You good?
Okay.
Hey,
Jeez.
you can probably bump him up a little bit of volume, though.
Yeah, I get him up.
Yeah.
I don't know why I always have difficulties with getting in here.
Yeah, every week you have a problem.
I'm
Hey,
not
hey,
very
yo,
computer savvy. I apologize.
that's all good. Hey, we just glad you safe.
Right, because I was like, he ain't testing me, he ain't answering the phone. I don't know what's going on. So we were talking. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. It's fine. Now let's get back into what we're talking about.
So we were talking about Unbreakable, Split, and Glass.
Okay.
Yeah. So I watched all three. I was explaining the camera angles and things like that is why I love Unbreakable. I think we both agree, me and T agreed that Unbreakable was the best one only because it set everything up for the next two movies. Without Unbreakable, we don't have the other two movies, right? And it was just that out of the blue, right? You're watching this movie and you're like, oh, okay, they're talking about comic books, blah 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 blah, and then you have that great ending of he's the villain. Yeah, the reveal. Yeah. He's the villain, right? Because I want to go to Spider-Man. Spider-Man, all his villains are people that he knew. You think about it, he knew them all, right? So that was your Unbreakable. That's the Superman and Lex Luthor. That's the Batman and Two-Face. It's the all these people who know their enemy, who knew their enemies before they became their enemies.
Yeah.
Or their supervillains or whatever. Wolverine and Sabretooth. Professor X and Magneto. They all at some point had some type of friendship or cordial with each other before they were enemies. And that's what I love about that first one, watching it. Because you don't think of it as a comic book movie until that end, until that reveal. For me, I was like, whoa, that's so great. They were cool, they were friends, but he was the enemy.
They friends though? But were they?
I mean, they did become.
There was the illusion of friendship.
Right. I mean, because he told his wife. His wife has said at one point when they were sitting at the dinner table, right? Remember when he showed his son the newspaper, and his wife was like, "Yeah, don't ever talk to him anymore. If he comes around or he calls you, we should call the cops." Blah blah blah. And Bruce Willis is like, "Yeah, whatever you say." And then he goes to the store, right? Like, nah, man, we friends, we cool, blah blah blah. But then it was I think it's time for you to shake my hand. But when you watch it the second time, you start noticing he keeps repeating. The plane crash, the building in the fire building, the train crash. All he keeps talking about. He would not stop talking about. He would not stop talking about how many people, to the exact number, how many people died. Like, I can't sit here and tell you how many people died in any tragedy unless it was today. You know what I mean? Or I did it myself because I'm reading and I'm like, yeah, 5 people died in this, 3,123 died in here, 25 died here. You know what I mean? Who does that? And you never noticed it then, but now when you watch it, you notice it because you're like, who does that? Who knows the exact number of people who died on a plane or this building fire or this train crash?
The one who was trying to kill him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that was the other one, camera shot. The camera shot when he was in the hospital, and it was over the last person who was alive other than him. And they were talking to him, and he was like, where were you sitting at? Did you do this? Da 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 da. And he was like, because, the reason why I'm asking you this is because within the next few minutes, you're going to be the only person who survived this whole train crash, and you don't have a scratch on you. You have a broken bone, nothing, no bruise, no nothing. Such a great movie. Such a great movie.
Yo, the logic of the villain though, like, hey, I'm so weak. There must be somebody else who is so strong.
Right.
So let me find them through these terrorist acts.
Right. Here we go. Pitch meeting. I watched pitch meeting after each one I watched. I didn't even think about the stuff that they were talking about in pitch meeting. How like they were like I can't remember the name of the disease he had where it just easily breaks. But he was like, no, the opposite of that disease is not somebody strong. The opposite is the person that their bones are like hard stones, like the Elephant Man. I was like, oh yeah, he's right about that, And then he was like talking about it. He was like, how does the person not know he's never been sick, or and his wife not know that he's never been sick? He got to ask his wife, like, have I ever been sick? And she's like, no, never. Think like, how do you not know that? Oh, yeah, I've never been sick. I never missed a day of work. How do you not know that?
Dedication to his job, man.
How are you confused of that?
Like how do you not like you don't have one memory of diarrhea? Like obviously, like
right. Like I could understand him not remembering about him drowning in the pool. I could understand that. That's a tragic thing that you could suppress and just completely forget about, But not ever being sick, never being hurt.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, it's called. He had type 1 osteogenesis imperfecta.
Yeah, he had type 1, so they said it goes all the way to 4.
Yeah, he said a genetic disorder. He says I don't make a particular protein very well, and it makes my bones very low in density. He said, you know how
like
I
glass.
know? Said because of the kids. They called me Mr.
They
Glass.
called me Mr. Glass.
I knew you crazy, right?
That's why they say you shouldn't bully, man. It just makes villains out of people. So.
Listen,
it's the origin story, boy.
Origin story, yeah.
And they showed it in Glass. They showed it. That scene where he's on that ride. It was so very uncomfortable to watch when he, put the teddy bears between each other, and you're like, oh no, this is about to end bad. You know it's about to end bad. You feel so bad for this little kid.
Yeah. Poor guy.
How did you feel about the ending of Glass? Did you like it?
I hated it.
I liked it.
Here's the thing. I don't remember it, but I remember not liking it.
You didn't like it? Okay.
Okay.
I
didn't watch it, over like you did, but I watched it in theaters and I walked out. I remember being very disappointed because I'm like, you got these superhero individuals or superpowered individuals, and just the way they all went out was just, I don't know. I just felt like it should have been more epic than that. Like him literally just laying there and them sitting on top of him on this little puddle, and I'm just like,
when they drowned him. No, not like, that part. Not the part of how they killed him. Not that part.
What part do you mean? Just like the ending in general.
The part of just them saying that Samuel Jackson saying, when his mom was like, "How did you not see this come? You know about books, da 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 da." And he was like, "No, mom. Like this is an origin story. Like I got it all wrong." That part. Was the part where I was like, oh, it's the origin story of letting us know about these new villains that they have. I completely did not like how Bruce Willis died in that movie.
I hated that ending. I completely up until then.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm digging this.
Yeah, I was fine how Professor S died. I was fine how Samuel Jackson died. I was not fine how Bruce Willis died. In a pothole is what it was. My dude died in an Omaha pothole.
Yeah, a pothole, exactly.
He said, "Oh no, it's my kryptonite." Watery potholes. Like
dang. Then the sun shows up after he dies and pushes one guy, and that was it.
Yeah.
Like,
but see, that's
a big hole. I could, but it was again a puddle.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's so.
They
So
could have
that
thought a
right,
better way to kill him.
that right there, that's classic M Night.
Yeah.
That's classic M Night. To give you this great movie, and then like the end is like what? Like what are we doing here? Like is this what you thought was gonna be?
Got landed right.
Yeah. It makes me wonder at some point. It's like if he does this to troll us,
He probably is. He probably is.
Like we was like, yo, this
Watch
movie.
how long they talk about my movies.
Right. Yeah. Yo, so yeah, that's classic M Night. But overall, the package of the movies, I'd recommend it as a good trilogy to watch.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
Oh,
still
yeah.
will
I
enjoy
remember
it.
the
You will
first time I
enjoy it so much.
Watch Split and like liking it. Remember liking it, but then when I found out, obviously it was the sequel to Unbreakable. I think I liked it even more.
Yeah, I know. We
That's
was
how
talking
a lot
about that
of people
earlier.
were. But I
Yeah,
remember watching it like, oh man, it's a good movie. I'm like, okay. And then they got to that twist. I'm like, wait a minute, was that who I think it was?
Right.
Yeah.
I remember watching it. I remember because this is back when Fire Stick first became a thing, right? And so I had a jailbroken Fire Stick, and so I watched Split.
Out there stealing.
Yeah, I stole Split. I watched it, and I remember when I got done with it, I was like, and like my kids didn't know why I was wilding out. Like I was going around the living room like, yeah, did y'all see what just happened? And my son was like, yo, no, I don't get it. What's what? Because they had never seen Unbreakable. So for me, I'm like mind blown in my living room. I'm like, now I gotta go back and watch Unbreakable. And then like when I saw Glass, like we automatically knew what it was at that point because but Split just threw us for a loop. So now that I think about it,
out of nowhere.
yeah, now I think about it, I take it back. I'll give it to Split just because of the surprise factor. Because it was a good movie, like really on its own, right? Let's like just imagine like there was no Bruce Willis connection. We still would have been like, yo, this is
That's
a dope
a great
movie.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so putting that little exclamation point in at the end just took it from saying like whatever your rating was when you was into that movie. Like if your rating was an 8, it took it to a 9. If your rating was a 9, it just took it to a 10.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he just bumped it up. You know what I mean? And so now I changed my answer. Unbreakable is an important movie. Split's probably my favorite out of the 3 just because of that surprise factor.
So I'm gonna tell you the awesome thing about these 3 movies. So when the director M. Night Shyamalan, when he did,
Why you say his name like that?
because the way you said it the last time, M. Night Shyamalan. That's how I said. When he did the movie, he financed some of it. I think it said like he mortgaged his house or something like that. So Unbreakable was
the second one, or I remember
he might have did it for both. But the point that I'm making, the first one was with Disney Studios. So he was able to finance it, some of it himself, that was able to keep some of the rights for that movie instead of them having the whole rights. So if they ever were to do a reboot of that, they cannot do it without his input and all that other stuff. But okay, so here's the great thing, the point that I was about to make. All 3 of those movies are on different studios. I don't remember which ones they are, but let's just say one's Disney, one's Universal, one's Paramount. That's the first time that has ever happened when you had movies that are connected to each other in the same universe, but they're on 3 different studios, not the same studios.
Can't say I noticed that.
Yeah,
I didn't either, but that would make sense as to why why they on different
and that's why more
different platforms.
And
so
that's
forth.
why if you're a person that pay attention to movie studios like Paramount Presents or Disney Presents, blah blah blah, and you notice that, you go, wait a minute, like that's a huge crossover. Well, I just had a character from this movie studio over on this one. Then we have both of these characters from 2 completely different movie studios, 2 completely different movies, all come together for one movie. That doesn't happen now. It happens because we've seen it in Marvel, but it didn't happen before that. These were the first movies that have done that. So
Yeah.
that's a testament to those movies.
One thing I want to say about because I don't know, I gotta look this up. Unbreakable came out like in 2000, I think. Does that sound about right?
It
Yep,
was-
2000, right? So like around
Unbreakable 2000, Split 2016, Glass 2019.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like around that time that Unbreakable came out, like there was this thing with movies where, like that was like this thing, like this trend of movies that had a twist at the end. You know, Unbreakable was one. M. Night also, you know, he did The Sixth Sense, which had that twist at the end.
Yeah, because he did that first.
Right, and then but then there was also like Fight Club around that time, and then Identity. You know what I mean? Like these movies that had like these crazy. It was like a trend in movies to have like this crazy twist. In the drama movies around that time, and it was almost like it was becoming a norm. And I don't know when the last time I've seen a newer movie that had such a crazy twist outside of Split.
That you didn't figure out yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Unbreakable, like I didn't figure that out. I didn't know that he was the villain. I didn't know he was doing it. I didn't figure it. I didn't see that. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
I'm sure some
Neither
people
did I.
did see it. I'm sure some people did see it coming, but I didn't see it coming.
You know, I forgot I can't even remember what movie it was, but I saw it from a mile away. I was like, yeah, that's the villain right there. Like I just knew. Like when I saw it, I was like, yo, like this person is too nice. Like
Yeah.
like
And he was like, they call me Mr. Glass. I was like, he even got a name. Like,
no, I'm saying like recently, I can't remember what it was that I was watching, something that came out recently where I was just like what was supposed to be a twist, it wasn't. You know
oh,
what I mean?
okay. So
You know
was
what-
that a shock for you? Did you know that he was the villain?
Oh, with Glass?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't. Think
Unbreakable. Unbreakable.
I mean, Unbreakable. Yeah, Unbreakable. Like, no, I didn't think that at the time.
Okay.
I just didn't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like,
Yeah.
because
I thought he was just. I thought he was there. I thought he was like Morpheus, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's just there as a guy to let you know this is what's happening. Because I read comic books all my life, and it's an exaggeration of the truth. So I never looked at him as that, as the protagonist, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't see it at all. I didn't see it at all.
No, I tell you what it was. It was Rebel Moon. I was watching Rebel Moon, which I love Snyder. You know, I love Snyder stuff. The dude, I think his name was Kai.
I'm finna
think
look
it-
to see if I like any Snyder movie. Hold on, go ahead, continue though.
You didn't like 300?
Oh yes, I love 300.
Yeah. What about Sucker Punch?
No,
You didn't like Sucker Punch?
no, I didn't like
I,
it.
What?
I can't remember if I watched Sucker Punch. I think I started. I don't remember how I finished.
I
it. That's the one with
haven't.
all the ladies,
I
right?
have. Yeah, I haven't seen it in years. But I want to go back and watch it. But I thought it was kind of dope.
So I'm gonna go off the ones that I read. You may know them from. So he did Suicide Squad. Did he do that? The
Snyder
second
did
one? Yeah,
the second one.
yeah. Because
No,
it's
I-
popping up.
I thought Gunn.
No, James Gunn. Why did it pop up? Why did it say that he did? Okay, maybe because he produced it.
No,
He
because
produced-
I said because it's part of the Snyder verse actually.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, as well. Yeah, so yeah. But like the Owls of you ever seen the
Army of Thieves. I love that movie.
what?
Army of Thieves?
Army of Thieves is dope.
Yes.
But the Guardians of Gahul, you never seen that? With these warrior
Oh, the one with
owls?
the owls.
Yeah.
You know, I did see that.
No,
and
I haven't seen
remember, I remember actually liking that one, and I saw it at the drive-through. It would just happen to be on something else that I wanted to watch, and I was like, "Yeah, that was actually pretty good."
yeah.
That was him.
Jessica, you were asking what about his old movies? Who old movies? Were you asking about?
Oh no, he had a movie called Old.
No, she said what about his old movies?
No, she said what
Movie-
about his movie?
what about
Old?
the movie? Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I read it wrong.
I actually never seen.
Oh,
I never
talking
seen
about
Old.
M. Night Shyamalan. Did you guys didn't see that one? The one where we were stuck on the beach.
I never
did-
even.
I did
that
not
was
see
a
that
good
one.
movie. Yes,
have
I did
actually
see
liked
that
that one.
movie. Yeah,
it's going-
I have not seen. I have not
Ashley
seen that movie.
T. That actually is a good movie. You actually should
should
watch that
one. I thought it
movie.
was pretty
Yeah,
good. I like
it's
that.
actually is a
I-
good
I-
movie.
I
It's
saw that one in theaters, too.
it's streaming on Freevee, so I'll
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
go check
streaming
it
on
out.
something, Yeah.
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 You know, Freevee is now with
Do you know?
I don't know what that was.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to Amazon Prime. There we go.
Okay.
You go right through it through Amazon Prime, so you don't have to Well, I wanted to say you don't have to download an app to get it.
Right.
You could just go through Amazon Prime and type it in, and it'll come up. And you still watch the commercials and stuff.
I'm gonna put that on when I go upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta remember that old. Yeah, I remember seeing like commercials for it, but I never really actually like watched it. So
we are 45 minutes in. Usually at the 30-minute mark, we try to go to clips of the week. You guys did not submit any, but I have one.
I know I said some stuff. You probably just can't play it.
Yeah, then I can't play it because let's go to the clip of the week, and it's the story behind my clip. And I had to do some crazy stuff in order to get this clip because I couldn't find it anywhere. But let's clip of the week. Clip of the week is brought to you by First Student. Get that job, $23,000 an hour, $2,500 sign-on bonus. Click the link in the description. All right, so last week, as you guys know, I've been watching DuckTales. I finally finished it last week.
How many seasons is that, by the way?
It is 4 seasons.
Okay.
4 seasons, 101 episodes exactly, because the movie is considered the one episode, so it's 101 episodes.
Okay.
I'm like in the 3rd season, 20th episode that we're watching this. So in case that you're gonna go look for this episode, my wife, I'm watching it in bed. My wife is like, "Babe, do you really like DuckTales? You really like it because you're watching it?" I was like, "Yeah, this was my show when I was a kid. Like, I really like it." I said, when I was a kid, I love Scrooge McDuck. As an adult, I do not like Scrooge McDuck. He is a jerk. This is what I'm telling her. She's like, "Yeah, I heard him say something about Fenton. He was trying to get Fenton. Fenton was trying to take a week off because he won this trip, and Scrooge McDuck wouldn't give him the week off." And she was like, "You're supposed to give a week off." I was like, "He's a jerk. This dude won't even give somebody a penny an hour raise. Like, he is a jerk." I was like, "This dude called people names. He's always threatening to fire people. He's talking down on people, like all this other stuff." And I'm like, and then you wonder why. I said, this is really, I said, nowadays, DuckTales will be put in a classification of South Park and Family Guy. How Scrooge McDuck is. Really go back and watch how he talked to people and how he really speak to them. I was like, this was a kid's show. I was like, we really shouldn't have been watching this stuff as a kid. And I go, and you wonder why us as a generation, I don't myself, but a lot of times we think of this newer generation as soft, right? Oh, they get their feelings hurt on the easiest thing. I'm like, because the cartoons that we had in the 80s and 90s was now are considered ranchy. So right as I get finished saying that, this happened. And when I say right as I stopped talking, the part where I started this clip at and we're finished at, this is exactly what happened about how I'm talking about why kids are soft, why DuckTales is not for kids, and why how we are, Generation X and some millennials, are the way that we are.
How about lunch, Mrs. Beakley?
No thanks, I've already eaten.
No, for me.
You, sir? But you always said lunch is for wimps.
Aye, but I've had a sudden attack. A change of heart. Have I ever told you what a good cook you are?
Not exactly. You said the way I look, I must enjoy my cooking.
Yeah.
Like you fat with a purpose.
When I literally, when I tell you, I had literally stopped talking and that happened. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like, now you see, the internet would explode if that if that came in a cartoon right now. Cancel everything.
Yo, body shaming. And they be like, this body shaming.
Bro, a kid in the TV show is named Doofus. His name is Doofus. Fat little kid, the fat little kid that like.
I thought his name was
Doofus. No, his name is Doofus. The one who liked Lunchpad. His name is Doofus.
That's funny.
I don't remember his name. I know who you're talking about. I don't remember his name being Doofus.
I was like, wait, are they calling him? His name is Doofus. Are you kidding me?
Like that's dude's name.
That's what they named him. I couldn't believe it. We were sitting there. We started laughing. I was like, see, I told you. This is not a kid's show.
Honestly, man,
I don't know why we was watching this as a kid.
We talked about this before, man. Like cartoons back in the day were just different, man. Like
they were made way different.
Like today, like they're sexual, but back in our day, man, they was just hardcore. You know what I mean? Like they were just tough. Like I mean, you just like they came for that cartoon we talked about with the old Tex Saver cartoon where everybody was like it was racist jokes on everybody.
Yeah,
like they came for everybody. It's like yo, like they don't even air that cartoon on TV anymore.
So.
And I love it. That's like my favorite cartoon ever. I mean, and true, yes, they did black people dirty in it, but dadgummit, it was hilarious.
It was still funny. Yeah, it was still funny. A joke is a joke.
They did everybody. Chinese people.
They got everybody. That's the love. If you get everybody, that's the lovely thing about it.
Yeah. If it was just black people, I hate it. But because you got everybody, it's equal opportunity. That was Martin Luther King's dream. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
I could not find that clip anywhere to save my life, so I had to do some weird hacking thing to get that clip. So
for that cartoon?
No, to get the clip for that I played today.
Oh yeah.
I had to run one computer into my other computer. Mm-hmm. So I put the HDMI in one computer and then ran into the other computer with a video capture and then recorded it that way, because it won't Disney Plus won't let you record it from your phone or any other thing. So you have to be sneaky on how you do things. So yeah, I'm good at doing that.
All right.
So that's how I was able to do that. And actually, I did that 5 minutes before the Humble King show because I forgot all week to do it.
All right. Well, you should have seen. If you'd have said something, I'd have told you, man. Play the clip that I sent in the text with the.
No.
It was a clean one. Talking about how the writing of Batman and Young Justice was top tier. That was a clean one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was a clean one. That would have been a good clip.
Yeah. If y'all talk, how long was that clip?
It wasn't that long. Oh, as a matter of fact, I tell you what, I can tell you right now.
I record it right now.
Oh no, I do see that one. Yeah,
while we're talking. Yeah.
It wasn't that long, but like you know, it was one of the finer points of Young Justice. Like honestly, like with Young Justice, like when they got away from like all of the woke stuff, you know, and the weird sexual stuff, like they had some weird sexual stuff going on in there, man. Like that was like a odd like threesome with Lagan and like a couple of other underwater people from Atlantis. It's like, yo, like what kind of weirdness is this? You know, like
I don't know where they were going with that. It was weird.
Yeah, it's like
is that in the last season? Because it dropped.
No, that was the last. Yeah, it was the last. That's what I'm saying.
Talk about this last season again that I still haven't seen.
No,
like, making me want to go watch it.
so here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you off top. There was like just weird stuff. Like what is it? But like the actual comic book story, like the actual action. The actual story surrounding Superboy and all, I mean, like, and another character that I don't even want to spoil it, like that stuff was dope. And it's like, yo, this is dope. This other stuff is like trash. It's like way too much trash. Like what is going on here? You know?
Fillers.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like they was trying so hard to, cause here's the thing, and I kind of get it. Because comic books historically have always addressed societal issues, but they've done it in a way that didn't like sacrifice the comic book story. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like if it was about racial injustice, you know what? We're gonna fight racism, you know, this, that, and the other.
Well, that's what S-Man was pretty much about.
Yeah. Black Panther, you know what I mean? Like I mean, all the, you know, and really like Marvel. One thing I can say about Marvel is Marvel was really good about doing this more so than like DC at the time. You know what I mean? DC was really like just into their whole comic book world, which quite frankly, I'm okay with that. I don't feel like I need my entertainment to speak on social issues. It's entertainment for a reason. Like I deal with social issues everywhere else.
It doesn't bother me. I'd rather them not try to hide that bad things do happen, especially if you do it right. There's a lot of things that's done right, and then there's a lot of things. Like right now, I am watching X-Men because I'm getting ready.
The TV show, the cartoon?
Yeah. Because I'm getting ready for the
it looks good. It looks so good. I hope they don't let me down. I don't want to get my hopes up, but that commercial looked good.
That's the scary thing. Adrian had said that. What'd you say? Like, I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I'm not sure how I feel about it.
And I think it's you know, you're scared because it's Disney, right? Disney has control of it,
yeah, right?
And you're afraid that they're gonna mess it up.
Because even with the original series, I didn't like the last season of that one either. Even the original run, I didn't like the original.
Yeah, the last and how it ended, it just ended abruptly, and we didn't get it.
I'm like,
done.
I don't even think it ended good the first time around. So now it's like it's coming back after already ending not very well under the Disney umbrella. So I'm like, yeah.
And it's continuing from that story that didn't end well.
Right.
Exactly.
So hopefully they're gonna fix it.
Yeah. You know, I remember being hyped the first season, maybe the second season. I forget how many seasons they had. I actually went back and watched it all not too long ago. And you're right. Like my thing is like what I didn't like was what I didn't realize. Like I didn't realize, like, dang, like Wolverine is getting his behind handed to him. Like every time he had to fight in this show, like he's getting beat up. And come to find out, it's like, oh, this is normal. This happens in the comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he really didn't. I mean, what made him so cold was the fact that he healed. But really, he would always get his butt. I guess if you think about it, it's like, man, why you always got to heal, Wolverine? Like, what are you doing? Like, you ain't got no defense at all.
Like 5'2", so what do you expect?
Yeah, right.
Well, for me, it's like Wolverine. Like, stop pushing up on Colossus girl, bro. I mean, Cyclops girl, bro. Like,
she
stop
Wolverine.
it. Stop it.
That bad boy.
And she keep entertaining it too. And she keep entertaining it.
She knows what she's doing. Like you read minds. You ain't gonna tell me you don't know what you're doing. You read minds. Like she knew what he was on. Like, and she knew exactly what to do, how far to push, and how to pull back.
She liked that attention, bro. She liked that attention.
Jean Grey, the real villain.
Maybe she was all up in his head. We don't know what she was telling him.
Yeah, right. He probably don't even really like her.
Succubus. All right, succubus. Succubus.
Right.
You a succubus.
Right. You over there calling yourself the Phoenix. Your name should be Succubus.
All right. I got your clip here. Let's play that clip.
Yo.
Since you indoctrinated Robin into crime fighting at the ripe old age of 9.
Robin needed to help bring the men who murdered his family to justice.
So he could turn out like you?
So that he wouldn't.
Yo.
Yeah, he was dead serious, bro.
I'm gonna tell you, you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention to Batman's lines, man. Like he be saying stuff that just be like, "Yo, you thought this through." Like you for real. And to add some context, man, I think like they were talking about like new members for the Justice League. I think they were dealing with the issue of the fact that like they found out none of them knew that Captain Marvel was actually really a boy. And you know, like that was a huge issue. Like when when that came out, they were
on
just
that
like,
episode,
Maybe not on that episode. I know at one point, actually, no, I take that back. It may have been, it had to have been that episode because they were discussing like they were just discussing who they want to bring into the Justice League. They were discussing who they've already brought in. But like like the whole issue with Captain Marvel came up, and it was just like they were discussing whether or not they wanted to keep him because it's like, yo, he's a kid. And Batman was like, yo, like he's been here. Like we ain't had no problem before. Like why all of a sudden we got a problem now? And then and I think that's when Wonder Woman was like, well, yeah, like of course you would say that because look at you and Robin. Now I could be wrong. I'm open for correction.
That's probably what he was saying.
Yeah.
Speaking because you said Captain Marvel and it's not. Is it Captain? Well, they both was called Captain Marvel. So I think it was last week that I talked about Captain Marvel. How I watched the new one, the Marvels. You know what I would like for them to do since they keep teasing us with these little X-Men thing? Please bring in Rogue and take Captain Marvel.
Suck the life out of Captain Marvel. Please put her in a coma.
Please bring that in there so that she tastes it and then she gets her flight and all that stuff. Please do that.
Y'all have no idea how upset that I was at the original X-Men movies that she could not fly and did not have super strength.
Right. It's right there for the taking right now. It's right there for the taking. We have it in there
because everybody don't really like the Miss Marvel anyway, so I think it'd be the perfect time to do it.
Listen, if Marvel, if you want your fans to fall back in love with you, suck the life out of suck the life out of Captain Marvel. You gotta suck the life out of her. Have Mystique right there beside her. Yes, do it, baby. Yes. All right, Lou. Like honestly, I'm hoping. I'm so hoping. Again, nothing against bump that. Nah, I'm hoping they just suck the life out of Captain Marvel. We don't need a trilogy with her.
It's a good story.
Yeah,
it's a real good story. Most people don't know because they don't. I can't remember. They don't touch on this in the X-Men cartoon, right?
No, they do.
Do they?
They do. They
that's how I learned about it. Yeah,
I'm watching it right now, so I knew about it from the comics, but I couldn't remember if they touched on it in the thing right now, and that's why I'm watching it because I can't remember everything from it. There's a few things that I'm watching right now. I think I'm probably like in the 20th episode, and there's certain things that's coming back to me as I watch it. But I was sitting there and I'm watching Rogue, and I was like, man, they don't even touch on how she got her flight. They talk about how, the first time she kissed a boy, she put him in a coma for 3 weeks or something like that. And that's how she knew that she couldn't touch anybody. But I was like, do they ever talk about with Captain Marvel, how she that's how she got her flight? Yeah, and she still got it? Like, that's a weird thing when you think about how often she would touch people and send them into coma and stuff like that. But she doesn't keep their powers for a long time. But for Captain Marvel, she kept that sucker. She didn't let that go.
Yeah. And I think it has a lot to do with how long she held on to her, and plus probably even like the source of Captain Marvel's
and
powers.
Don't she have like her inner conscience?
Yeah.
Right? Am I thinking that right?
I believe she keeps everybody's memories. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. See, in the X-Men movies, like they really like watered down these characters, except for Wolverine. They seem to have beefed him up in the movies.
Oh yeah, they made him OP.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. You know what I mean?
Except for what was that? The second movie when like he was literally getting ripped down to bone, and I'm like, his powers don't work that damn good.
Yeah.
When he was approaching the Phoenix and she just blast, I'm like.
Yeah.
I'm like,
they made it like because in the cartoon he had got hurt and he had to sit and heal for a while, and Jean said
you don't heal that fast. Even you can't heal that fast.
Right. And he's like, oh, Jean. Yeah, I'll never forget
Jean.
that.
You know what? That S-Man cartoon gave us one of the best memes ever, right? Him holding Jean. Holding the picture of Jean. Like I just would sit there, I'd be like, damn, Wolverine, like you were that's the creepiest, weirdest thing. Like, bro, like you are sprung.
Or you see the other meme where they had like Scott and Jean like in the background like kissing and Wolverine just sitting there just hating or whatever. Yeah.
He always push up on Jean too, bro. He will always push up on her.
He
If I was Cyclops a little punk, bro, I would have been blasted Wolverine.
Right.
I would have been blasted him.
I shot his little
Like,
adamantium
like, bro, this is my last time telling you, stop pushing up on my chick.
Yeah.
Like, this is the last time I'm going to tell you. Like, you're being very disrespectful to me right now. Stop.
But do you remember though? Do y'all remember though the run? I don't know whatever happened with this, but like no, a lot of people don't talk about this. Y'all remember when Wolverine and Storm was together for a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, for the Days of Future Past, wasn't it?
Was it in Days of Future Past? That's
They
correct.
showed
I don't know. I don't recall. Seeing
I don't remember when, but I know they were together. Storm was with a few people though.
And
She
in
was
all
with a few
honesty,
people.
I don't remember it on a show, on any show or any movie. I remember it straight from a comic book.
Comic book, right?
Yeah.
No,
Wait,
but they did it on the cartoon. It's when they did the I believe it's when they did the Day of Future Past episode.
show did. You right. They did do that.
In the cartoon Wolverine? In the cartoon one that I'm watching now? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm getting excited. I am getting excited because I don't remember a lot about this at all.
Yeah.
As I'm watching it, I'm starting to remember, but I don't remember a lot about it at all.
They showed it. I forgot about that. Yeah, because
it was quick, but they did.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't talk about that relationship though.
Yeah, people only know Storm and Black Panther, and everybody don't even know that because they didn't know Black Panther.
Like everybody want to see that because they want that black love magic. But like, yo, no, Wolverine.
They had the kid, all that. And they didn't even bring him in. They didn't even bring her in for the freaking movie.
Dude, don't get me started on the MCU.
I'm talking about both movies, not just the second one. I already know what your complaint is about the second one, and it's I think it's easy to say to recast, but they were really in a damn if I do, damn if I don't situation. They really were. They really were.
I would have went with the damn if I do because like you ever heard what the original story was going to be if T'Challa had survived?
I
It was
remember, but I do remember when I watched the movie.
I'm calling the man T'Challa. If Chadwick had lived, that's what I meant to say. If Chadwick had lived. All right, so like the original story.
Well, they still killed him off though, so you still say the same thing.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is though, it's like if in the original story there was going to be this dynamic between a father and a son, and I mean, I'm just saying like it sounded so dope, like so much better than what we got. Like what we got.
I know it's supposed to be him struggling with a lot of stuff with. It was like it's supposed to be some struggling with it. The thing that I'm gonna tell you what I liked about the movie. It didn't feel like it was a rewrite. At least to me. It felt like everything in the movie that happened was supposed to happen. Right? I know it was a rewrite and all that, but it just didn't, to me, it didn't feel like it was a rewrite. To me, it felt like they were like, hey, we're going to actually kill Black Panther in this movie, and we're going to go with, the how Siri became Black Panther, how she did in the comic books, just in a different way. Because he did die, let's all know in the comic books he did die, and that's how Siri became Black Panther. So I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't have a problem with them making her Black Panther if they do it right. I don't know what the story is going to be. I don't know how they were going to kill him off or what they were going to do. Was it going to be make me mad or whatever? I'm not sure how I feel about it. I just know that they were in a damn if you do, damn if you don't situation.
Yeah. Oh, the original story was T'Challa, who had missed the first 5 years of his son's life because he was blipped into dust by Thanos. So he was gonna come back and find out that he's been a father, and how bound by responsibility as the king he is. That was gonna be like his internal conflict and so forth. I'm just saying, I feel like that would have been a dope story. I know it would have been a dope story.
So I'm looking at this page here, and it's showing 10 people that Storm dated, and I'm very surprised.
Who we got? I know Thor is one of them.
Okay, so number 10, I don't even know how to say this name. It's a woman.
What?
Yeah, Yukio.
Yukio?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. I'm looking at it. They're showing the actual comics of it. Number 9 is Beast.
What?
Yeah, Ultimate Beast. Number 8 is Doctor Doom.
What?
See, we didn't know this. I love this. I love
did not know this.
Number 7, Quicksilver.
What?
Okay.
Number 6, Slipstream. Sorry.
I don't know who that is.
I don't even know who Slipstream is. I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, wow, even the picture I don't know. Number 5, Angel. Archangel.
What?
But just as Angel, but that's a comic, not the comic book, but the as a cartoon, Wolverine and the X-Men cartoon. She dated in there. Number 4, Cyclops. Earth 12245. This is the Mohawk Storm.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I pulled up the screen. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Okay, number 3, Wolverine.
Didn't she date Forge?
Number 2 is Forge.
Yeah,
and
I do remember her being with Forge.
And then number 1 is Black Panther because they got married and had a kid.
Out of town.
I didn't know that.
Forge, Wolverine,
Hey.
and Black Panther. I can't say I knew the rest of them.
I just knew 2, Forge and Black Panther. I didn't even remember the Wolverine one.
Yeah.
But I think probably the Doctor Doom one is the one that got me the most.
Yeah. That Dr. Doom threw me for a loop. I never knew that. Quicksilver I could see.
Yeah, I can see that too. I can see Forge. This Slipstream, I don't
know who this is. I looked him up. I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
I don't recognize the character. The name doesn't sound.
Yeah, nothing about
none
him at all. Yeah.
So he joined the X-Men in the early 2000s, part of the Extreme X-Men lineup.
Yeah, he sounds like he's a newer character.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna look to see when he came out as a character. Wikipedia.
He didn't stick around long, leaving the team just to leave.
I'm sure he didn't.
Yeah.
People were like, "Who the heck is this?"
Hey, Storm getting all the mutant penis, man. She's just like, she's like, yeah, look, I'm Storm. Like, I do this. Like everybody knows, just like, yo. And can you imagine all them dudes fighting over her? Who you think will win?
Doom.
Oh, let me go back.
He's Doom. He's right. I was about to say that's the first person that came to my mind. Like Doom easily. Like yo,
Doom? I'm like,
he got all of Latveria just with him. Just like yo, like I handle my lightweight, fellas.
Doctor Doom, yeah, Doctor Doom. I wonder how that happened.
I wonder what that game was like. Like, yo, I said, what this game was like, yo, it's like you already walk like a queen. You might as well just come be one for real.
I mean, it even starts off, this is a head scratcher. Like, when he talk about how she dated Doom.
Oh, he talk about it says she prefers highly intelligent men. Mm-hmm. So you got Hank McCoy, T'Challa, Forge. So Dr. Doom was like,
well, actually, yeah. Actually, think about it. All those guys are really smart.
Except for Wolverine.
No, Wolverine is actually pegged as having above average intelligence. I remember stats on him like being above average intelligence.
Okay.
So I mean he's no Professor.
He's just a hothead.
Yeah, he's no Mr. Fantastic, but like he's been pegged as having above average intelligence.
Okay.
And plus you put some of that adamantium in her. She like
she dated women. Jessica said, that one I didn't see that one coming either. That one, but I mean, we know we have gay and lesbian characters. We always have. That won't change.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Certainly. So this is into an iconic Mohawk during her early friendship with Yukio. While never acknowledged, it was clear in their many encounters, both the 80s and 90s, that the bond was more than friendship.
So they never really said that they dated.
Yeah, they was out
there. It was
bumping.
applied.
Yeah. Just out there just bumping uglies. Get out of town. I'd have never thunk that for a lot of those things though. Yeah, I didn't know.
The things that we all learn together at the same time, right? That's what this show does. Like we say something and Google it, and guess what? You find some interesting things. I like that. I like that. I like that.
That if we've been on a storm was for the streets, but like in a classy way. She wasn't for the rough streets. She was for them. She was for them.
Look. We can't look. We know Storm didn't date people because of how they look. Because she dated Beast, Wolverine.
You understand what I'm saying?
Some rough looking dudes.
Because I'd have been like, yo, how can you date a dude who looks like a puppy? And she's like, yo, his intellect, like she has good conversations. So I suppose whatever. Yeah.
So there's other. We had talked about this movie, Unbreakable, and everything. There's other movies and TV shows that are about comic books that does not have comics, or maybe they do, and I don't know. I would like to talk about if you guys have watched it, and maybe, years down, because we all probably gonna have to go and rewatch it again. But I would like to talk about Heroes at some point.
Heroes? Oh my goodness, I ain't watched that in years, but I used to.
Same here.
I never watched it. So.
Oh, you have never watched Heroes? It was good.
I never watched Heroes.
The second season was a little rough. Third season got a little bit better. And then after that, they just couldn't get their audience back because they messed up on that second season.
But I said at some point they like took a break and then like came back.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah,
They took a major break. It was just like a mini series that they had made real quick, just to kind of finish it out because it never got finished.
Yeah, to get some closure is what they did. And so like I think I remember liking that show but hating the pacing. Like I didn't like the pacing of it. But it was weird. It's just one of those shows where it's like I don't know how to explain it, man. It's like I'll watch these shows where like these people have powers and these powers are incredible at a base level or whatever. But they're not incredible in the way that we're used to seeing. Like for example, like you watch a Marvel movie, you watch the Avengers, you're seeing these guys do incredible things, right? And they're making the incredible look easy. Whereas Heroes make the incredible look like, man, this is hard to do.
Hard.
And
some of them, not all of them. Some of them made it easy.
Yeah, not of them. Or and the powers would be weird because you're not used to these types of powers, and so it's like you have to kind of get used to that. But
my favorite power was the dude. Obviously, I can't remember nobody's name in that series, but it was the black kid that was from My Wife and Kid. And he had the ability to talk to machines.
Yeah. To talk to technology. Yeah.
Technology. So he was able to pull out money or hack something real. He was kind of like what's his name?
Cyborg.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would have never got it. I would have never got it.
And I didn't realize. I ain't watched that in a minute. I didn't realize that was Junior. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah, that was him.
It's been years since I watched it. So
yeah, that was him.
Yeah, I think I liked Claire. I think it was what her name was.
She could heal.
Yeah.
She couldn't, she couldn't die unless you kept something in the back of her head or something like that. It was pretty good. I like Heroes. It just got a little weird that second season, and then it was hard. It just made it hard to get back on the third season because they went so far in a different way, and it wasn't the same. Especially considering that they killed off some of the characters that everybody liked in that first season in that major fight.
Well, they didn't kill off Hero though. The only reason I remember Hero is because it's like he was like the main
Cheshire or whatever, however you said it. Yeah. I did it.
Yeah. I gotta go back and watch. It's been a while since I watched that, man. But like, that was a pretty good show.
That's one of the things that I would like to do, like farther down the line, years from now, and we'd be like, hey, let's just start watching Heroes, and let's all, give each other 3 months or 4 months to finish it, so that we can talk about it on one episode and be about that. And I think Heroes is a good one to talk about.
I'm gonna say this much, man. I'm all on that Avatar: The Last Airbender this week. What was you about to say? My fault.
Did you? No, that's fine. Because you're talking about Heroes. Like I said, I never saw that. I watched Alphas though, That came out, I think, Sci-Fi. It was very
I-
similar to Heroes. People had enhanced powers. That's so they called them alphas. And there was a guy who same thing. He could see I think the internet. And then another guy was like really strong. Another girl, she had like pheromones. She could get people to do what she wanted. It's called alphas. I used to watch
Was that
I
about
remember,
the only reason why I want to do Heroes because it was kind of like that comic book thing. It was the guy who drew comics and they came to
they came to life.
They came to life. Is that the word? They came to life, or
Yeah,
it became
so
true, or whatever. However you
Talking
want
about
to.
Cool World?
No. That was Heroes. That's how Hero was. That's how it was.
Oh,
That's
that's you. Okay.
was Cool World like that too? Because I I watched Cool World when I was a kid, and I don't remember anything
I don't
about
remember
it
anything
except
from
for
Cool World.
the woman. That's all I remember.
Hollywood.
Yeah, that's all I remember about that movie is the woman.
I remember saying that and thinking like, yo, this ain't nothing but Who Framed Roger Rabbit for
A
adults.
cheap one too. I don't remember liking it.
Yeah, I gotta go back and
Yeah.
try to. I might need to go back and just check it out. But yeah,
Cool
No,
World.
I do remember
1992.
something
I was
about
12.
The artist did kind of create the world, and I didn't even remember the plot myself, but I do remember that one of the guys did create the world, and she wanted to get out. So I do.
Oh, that's what it was about. Okay.
that's just
All I
sounds dope.
remember is the girl. That's it.
Hey, that actually sounds like a dope concept. I'm gonna need to go back and watch that. I remember.
I'm looking at the budget right now. How it says $28 million was the budget, and the box office was $14 million. So they they only made half the budget.
Oh man, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
But I remember Alphas, but like I remember watching it years ago when it came out, and I think I remember being upset that there wasn't a third season.
Yeah, because it was one of those ones that just kind of abruptly ended, and I liked it, and I'm like, it only got 2 seasons, so I'm like, really? That's all you're gonna
2
give us?
seasons, 24 episodes.
Yeah. I see this on Vudu, like you can watch it on Vudu.
Voodoo.
Yeah, VUD.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, or the Roku channel. You can. Those are the 2 places you can watch it for free.
Oh, I may have to, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's Hero streaming on? Is that streaming on something?
Let me see here. Yeah, because
I really have never ever
You were,
watched it.
you were like
I
you were
would
definitely like
imagine-
like the first season.
I was just about to
guarantee
say.
it.
I was just about to say Peacock for sure because it was on Channel 6. I mean, excuse me, it was on NBC.
NBC.
But yeah. So they do have it on Peacock if you have Peacock, but they also have it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
okay, no,
Peacock.
I got both
We are
of those,
wrting
yeah.
fans, so we watch.
Yeah.
we watch-
Yeah. Oh,
we
snap!
have to have Peacock.
It's also on the CW for free.
Okay, well,
Yeah, but you gotta watch the commercials, and,
Yeah.
and it's always the same exact commercials.
I hate the CW app.
I mean, I love the CW when I fall behind, but then it's like the same exact commercials
No,
every time.
What I don't like about the CW is it's like, yo, y'all don't give me time to like they'll be erasing shows before you had a chance to watch them. You're like, yo, like you.
Look, you got 4 weeks. You know
Right.
when the new episode get up there, it's up there for 4 weeks, and it
It's
comes
like-
down.
it's like
you got
what,
4 weeks.
It's like what. Like what you only got like a half of a terabyte drive. You gotta make space or something. Like what's going
Look,
on? Like
you got 4 weeks. If not, then you gotta wait till that sucker come on Netflix.
Apparently there's a Heroes 2023.
huh?
No, that can't be right.
No. It stopped after that last one that they did when
No.
they just brought it back to end it.
There's this question that says, "Where can I watch Heroes 2023?" Anyway.
That's something else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yo, well, anyway, having said all of that, man, I'm definitely gonna jump on. Heroes Reborn was the name of that show in 2015, 2016 when they came back.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
just to finish it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to give us some closure. Which I appreciate that.
And it wasn't bad. That closure was not bad. That second season was the one and sometimes for a lot of TV shows, even comic book, like for me, Walking Dead season 2 was just
It was rough.
ugh.
Yeah. You know, I've never watched The Walking Dead, and only because I'm not a zombie person. Though. That's what it
Oh
is.
my god!
You
I
have
can't
no.
even talk to you no
Look,
more.
I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't watch Walking Dead until probably season 5, maybe 6. I knew
Day
I knew
one fan
Adrian
right
watched it
here.
because he had the comic books and all that.
Yeah.
Right? This is when Netflix used to tell you when you used to have the star ratings. Right? So
Yeah.
you would look at certain things, and there was 2 shows that Netflix said it's the only time I've ever seen. I've only had 5s. Like you will give this a 5. 2 shows, and I'm like, Netflix, you don't know what you're talking about, and they were right. One was Walking Dead, the other was Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Breaking Bad was really good.
Yeah.
But see, here's the like I said, I'm not. I mean,
I'm not a zombie person either.
and
but
that's what it is. So
here's the thing: it's not about zombies.
Zombies.
It's not about
The
zombies.
zombie just happened to be in the world.
It's about people in a zombie apocalypse of what you would do and how they would react and how they're going to treat people. Every once in a while, you're going to get into this movie. You're going to get into the characters. You're going to be watching it, and then all of a sudden, the zombie going to go. And you go, oh yeah, I forgot. It's in a zombie apocalypse.
zombie.
You're going to forget.
Yeah.
You're gonna forget. You do forget.
So
Yeah, there's episodes where there's no zombies in it at all. You forget.
Yeah.
You know, because it's
Yeah,
not
but-
about zombies.
because-
And that was my problem. I thought it was
can't
about
eat it.
zombies, and it's not. Yeah. So I watched it. I was like, oh, this show's not about zombies. It's about the zombie people in a zombie apocalypse. You could have took the zombies out and made it about COVID, and it still would have been the exact same thing.
okay, so I might. They're on Netflix, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I might check it out.
Now-
Here's the thing.
Now,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. After about season 7 or maybe 8, it's
It gets a little rough.
hard to get.
You're going to do a lot of this.
Yeah,
You're going to do a lot of this. You're going to do a lot of
It's
this.
gonna be.
Yeah.
It's gonna be seasons and episodes that you love, and it's gonna be some that you're like, why is this
Yeah.
still a thing?
Yeah.
Why is it still happening?
Why is it still
Why am I
happening?
still watching
And
it?
and then it's gonna get good, and you're gonna go, oh, that's why. And then you're gonna go back down. So you are gonna do a lot of this. These roller coasters where it's gonna get bad, and it's because this is why I like Breaking Bad so much. The reason why Breaking Bad is so good is because they refuse to do filler episodes, right?
Yeah,
There was
Walking
like,
Dead, there's a lot of filler
yeah,
episodes.
Walking Dead.
Oh, damn
AMC was like, yo, we want 20 episodes. So they were like, well, we got to do filler episodes. Breaking Bad refused to do that. So that's the problem with a lot of sometimes shows that you have where they try to do filler episodes. This is why internet shows are so great. This is why you only have 8 to 10 episodes because there's no fillers. It was like, this is what we have planned. This is what you're going to get.
I kind of like that, but I kind of don't. Because what happens is, by the time you get to that 10th episode, it's like, yo, I actually want more of this. And like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Now,
But then you get filler episodes, then you go,
Yeah.
Right,
then
right.
you didn't have to do that. Now it sucks, you know?
Right.
So,
Not that I want filler. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is, I want more meaningful episodes. I guess
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know what I
When
mean?
you're watching 25 episodes of, and 9 of them are filler. That's a daunting task to get through.
Yeah, it is.
From a guy who sat through 10 seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation, there's a lot of filler. In
filler episodes, right?
Yeah.
Because you could tell when they're fillers because you like the first few episodes will be great, and then they're like all in the middle. It's just like what's happening,
They got,
Yeah.
and then the last episodes are great.
Yep, it ain't got nothing. It don't move the story along in any way, shape, or form. It's just there.
Yeah, like
I don't like filler episodes.
let's make a story about this. It's just let's make some extra money.
Yeah, right.
This is what happens when she lose her French too. Why? Who cares?
Yeah. right. No, I feel that. Like honestly, and I think that's what made me fall out of love with the Flash. Because it's
Filler
like,
episodes,
because,
yeah.
because
They got a
it's
lot
like
of filler
it's like why are we singing in this episode? Like what's happening here? Like yo, this is not what I signed up for.
Terrible. You know what that made me so mad about that one? Because they advertised it as a team up.
Yeah.
Remember? It was him and Supergirl.
Yeah.
Advertised that one as a team up. And I'm
I
like,
was so mad at that episode. I was so mad at
and
that
I
episode.
tuned in. I'm gonna watch this. It's a team
I
up.
was
and I'm
so
like,
mad. Yeah, and they did lie to you about it.
Yeah,
I
they
was so
lied to
mad
us.
about that.
They lied to us. I was so mad.
Yeah. It was stuff like that. And I was just like, yo, dude. And I used to ask myself, like, why am I still? I feel like and if you didn't watch Sesame Street, you're not going to get this. But I felt like that blue Muppet who always showed up at Grover's restaurant. Like, I don't know why I keep coming back here. Like, the service be horrible. Grover don't ever serve him right. He never brings him what he asked for. But he shows up to this place for lunch every day, right? That's how I felt with the Flash. Just like, man, I don't know why I'm back here. Man, they're not going to do anything. Like, I mean, just, when the first, I know. Yeah. So
that's so funny that you're bringing up Sesame Street, because we were talking about Sesame Street today. We had the DJ at the middle school, the assembly. So myself, GT, Jarrell Roach, and so he was talking. We were talking about. I was talking about the clip. I was like, yeah, you guys watch the show tonight because I'm going to show this clip about yada yada yada. So I was telling him about the clip, and he was talking about how he was like, Sesame Street, they don't really like calling Oscar the Grouch anymore. Like, how is he Grouch? I was like, are you serious? He was like, yeah. And I was like, but he live in a trash can. Of course he's going to be a Grouch. Like, and I cracked the joke. I was like, look, we don't even know if Oscar really green. Like, dude could be yellow or orange and just be dirty as heck and look green. So why wouldn't you call him a Grouch? Like, my dude live in a trash can. Like, he's a Grouch. Like, call it what it is. Right. You're a Grouch.
I mean, we survived growing up him being a Grouch. Like
this whole time he was a Grouch.
I leave him alone. I love him as the Grouch. Anyway, man, people are weird. Yeah.
So I was gonna try to watch Meteor Man. I couldn't find it. Oh, you have to pay for it. So and I refuse to pay for it. It ain't that good.
Man,
it ain't that good. It's good, but it ain't that good.
Get that man his money.
It ain't $2.99 rent movie.
Hey, Rotten Tomatoes.
$5 Walmart bin money.
You're right. I mean, to have it, not $2.99 a rent. Nah, it ain't that good. Yeah, bootleg it. Nah, I can find it. I can find it somewhere where I can watch it bootleg.
Is it not for free on YouTube?
No, I'm sure. Like if you find, I'm not gonna say the website, but there's websites out there that you can find. Yeah. That there's certain movies that you can't find unless you rent, and so that's the only time that I go on that website to watch it, to watch movies. And I use and oh my god, that movie was so bad.
Yeah.
You don't like Blank Man?
No.
I love Blank Man.
No. The best Damon Wayne the superhero is Handyman.
Oh,
that's who Blank Man was. That's who Blank Man was based off of. We all know that.
Never underestimate the power of the handicap.
I like Blank Man. I have that movie. I was gonna do it for Halloween one year, but I couldn't find it.
Look, the only thing that I remember about Blank Man is him. Every time he kissed a girl, he would. That's all I remember about that movie.
The only thing I remember is to slap me silly, and call me Susie.
I told you, Susie.
Yeah, that's all I remember about that movie. Like that movie, and David Allen Greer in that movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because he does that yell or whatever.
You need to go back and watch Blank Man.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. It's for free on Pluto TV.
Yeah, and it should be free. Yeah,
it's $4 everywhere else.
I love Damon Wayne, but gosh, that was a terrible movie. Gosh, whew. Blank Man. I rented that movie. We would go to
this one.
we would go to the movie theater. Not the movie theater. We would go to the video store every week. Remember that, Adrian? And we had to. The three of us, me, Adrian, and our other brother. We all had to pick one movie. So 1 week it would be my movie, and 1 week it would be Adrian's movie. 1 week it would be our other brother's movie. So I was the one who picked Blank Man. I was so mad that was my selection. Now, Adrian, we all Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. What else? Toxic Avenger.
Oh snap!
Look, so
Those are the movies we have to watch, not the cartoons, the actual movie where it wasn't for kids, right? Because Toxic Avenger getting it on with Susie.
listen. I rented movies based off of the cover. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't care what it was called. I didn't care what it was about.
Yo.
Some of them are good. Some of them weren't. You know
Oh
what?
my gosh.
You can talk whatever you want about Killing Tomatoes, okay? But it spawned 5 sequels, a Saturday morning cartoon,
That doesn't mean it's good.
a Saturday morning cartoon, a comic series. So they did something right.
Hey, the second you said it, the second
because of people like you.
the second you said, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, the theme song automatically.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Yeah. Now I did watch the cartoons. I ain't gonna front about that. I love the cartoons, but I did not like the movie. And I don't even remember one thing about the movie, and I think it was number 2 when they were sitting in the library, and the guy was like sitting there reading, and he goes, "Tomatoes," and everybody starts yelling and running.
Now, now I have gone back and watched these as an adult. I can watch the first one. I can watch the first one.
The first one is watchable.
Yeah. Now, after that, I'm not gonna lie, they are unwatchable, and I don't know how I ever got through them.
Yeah.
Yo,
I mean, I can understand why you rented Toxic Crusader because we was watching the cartoons and we were like,
Toxic
oh,
Crusaders?
Yeah.
Toxic Crusaders? Yeah.
Right. And
Toxic
Crusaders, right? And
Yeah.
so we saw that, Adrian saw that they had a Toxic Avenger movie, and it was bad. It was bad. And he kept renting them. He kept renting them. He kept renting those freaking movies. Stop renting them.
I watched Toxic Avenger again, and again, I don't mind the first one. It's the second and third one, and then they made like one that was like number 4 or 5.
I didn't even know they had that many.
Oh yeah, it kept going. And I watched it. It was really bad.
Yo, by the way, for
all these are B movies, by the way, too. None of them made it in the theaters.
I was gonna say, for the record, you can watch Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for free on Tubi, Pluto TV, the Roku channel, Plex,
Everywhere.
Amazon.
Everywhere.
Use a fool if you pay $2.99 on Vudu and Apple TV.
If you are listening, if you've never watched it, just give it a watch. Don't listen to Ramon. Just give it a watch. Just give it a watch.
I've actually never watched it. I do remember it like
Don't
coming
watch
on
it.
TV.
Don't watch it, T. Don't watch it.
I gotta watch it now. I gotta watch it because I can't believe I've never seen it.
You've never seen those movies? I haven't watched it since I was a kid.
Listen, if I've seen them, I was too young to remember them.
Bro, B movie, like for sure. B movie, scary movie for sure.
Hey,
like 100%.
I'm imagining that this is the type of movie.
Thing. I've seen big budget $1 million movies that I hate and can't even remember anything about. But yet here you are talking about this movie that we saw when we were kids. You're still talking about it. So you know what? Again, they did something right.
Dang, that thing is free on everything. Roku channel, Plex.
Hey, the fact
Tubi,
that
Con TV. I ain't even never heard of Con TV. What is that?
Here's the thing: the fact that this movie came out in 1978,
yeah,
and then Part 2 came out in 1988, and then Part 3 came out in 91, and Part 4 in 92 of the Killer Tomatoes we're talking about. I feel like this it must have got ridiculous. It had to, and the artwork for Part 1 looks way better than the artwork for Part 4.
So it says in a spoof of low budget sci-fi. I didn't know it was supposed to be a spoof of low budget sci-fi films.
You're not supposed to take the movie serious. When you actually watch it from that standpoint, it makes it even that much better.
So I'm gonna go watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again because I watched it as a kid as it being serious. But again, like I said, I didn't mind the first one as I did the second one and the third one and the fourth one and the fifth one that you kept going.
The other ones, they're almost unwatchable. I watched them again as an adult, and I'm like sitting there like, wow, how did I watch this and then keep coming back?
Just watch the beginning of the second one. Just watch where you get to that part when they're in the library and he says tomatoes. It was the second one, yes, because they were reminding you what happened at the first one and how now everybody's afraid of tomatoes. You can't eat nothing with tomatoes. No ketchup. Like they were eating something No, they were making something like pizza, but they couldn't use tomato sauce because tomatoes are banned, right? So, and I think they were using like peanut butter or something weird that they were using for these pizza. I do remember that much. I can't remember nothing else about these movies. I just remember watching them and being pissed off that Adrian used his writ for another Attack of the Killer Tomato movie.
It was my night. Hey, I didn't complain when you rented your movies. It was my night.
That's crazy. That is so fun. I imagine these movies being the type of movies that you would see on Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. On the Sci-Fi Channel, yes.
Matter of fact, I need to find out if there's a Mystery Science Theater 3000 version of this movie. Because if so, I kind of need to see it. Because yeah. And I don't know. And it looks like there is. Yo, I'm gonna need to go ahead and find me some Mystery Science Theater episodes. Yeah, because it's straight look like this. Yeah, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and I see the Mystery Science Theater. Yeah, that's good.
Can you know what? Let's keep talking. I want to. Let me see if they have a trailer for this movie. I want to see the trailer.
They do have a trailer.
I want to see the trailer. Let me
yeah.
go on YouTube and download this trailer and see if I can download it.
Going back to the Toxic Avenger, so the last one I watched was it's called Citizen Toxie, the Toxic Avenger 4. It was made in 2000. Yeah, that movie.
Not in
I watched
2000.
that one. It was made in 2000. The last one that I watched, and that one. I did not like anything about that movie. I kind of felt dirty watching it.
What movie was that again?
The last Toxic Avenger that I watched, number 4.
Bro, Toxic Avenger movies were not for kids.
No, but I'm talking about the last one I watched. It's called Citizen Toxie. The Toxic.
Oh, okay.
Like I felt dirty watching it.
Yeah, because I felt dirty watching that set scene when they were. Yeah, I was like, what's happening?
So
like this is not the cartoon.
So they have on here the Toxic Avenger trailer of 2023 with Peter Dinklage.
They're making a new one. I heard about that.
That sounds like a fake name, bro. That sounds like a porn name.
They do, but Peter Dinklage is the little midget. Yeah, that's funny.
That's real.
Wait,
that is funny. Peter Dinklage. That do sound like a porn name. Yeah, that's hilarious. That shouldn't be funny as it is.
That cannot be real. That cannot be his real name.
Hey, Peter Dinklage is the name of the little dude.
No, that can
Peter Dinklage.
That cannot be his real name.
That's his name.
Is that really his name?
I want to tell you something, but I'm not going to say.
I never knew that was his name. I never knew that. Are you serious? Oh my goodness!
You know who that? You know who it is, right?
Yes, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm looking at him. Yeah. And if I die, of course, you would die. Like, yeah.
That is what it means to be dead.
Yeah. My goodness! Wow.
Yep. Live and learn, huh?
He couldn't be my friend.
PD Dink.
Because I would always use his full name.
So it looks like I can watch Toxic Avenger also for free on Tubi, and Pluto, and Vudu, and Plex, and Amazon, and Fubo.
But we can't. But we can't watch freaking Meteor Man.
No,
that sound racist. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like that.
It might be because Robert Townsend on this stuff. It's like, nah, man, you don't pay me my coins, man. You want to watch my movie? Pay me.
I don't know, Robert. You should at least be on that black app. What's it called? It's a black app.
Are you talking about?
Not BET. It's a black. It's a black streaming site. I can't remember what it is. I can't remember the name of it.
He probably
like Black Star or something like that.
He probably don't want to put his movie on there and not get paid for it because you know how Negroes are. That sounded racist. I know, but. Always the hey man, let me I got you next week, homie.
All right, it just got finished uploading. Here we go. Let me wait. Where is it at?
make a
There it is. Here it is. All right, here we go. Here we go. Where
Which
is
one are
it?
you uploading?
Across this great nation, almost
Killer
everyone
tomatoes.
has been affected in one way or another by this terrible tomato onslaught. Mrs. Williams, I understand your husband is missing.
Yes,
Do you think he's dead?
Well, I
Will you miss him? Will you marry again? What if he's laying in a ditch somewhere, like with both his legs broken, calling your name? You will have to find another man, you know. You're no spring chicken.
Lives
What do
are
you-
shattered. The nation is in chaos. Death and destruction sweeps the country. Foursquare Productions presents perhaps the funniest film ever made.
Attack of the Killer Tomato.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. You've never seen a film like it. This is the incredible story of the world's ultimate disaster. Vicious man-eating tomatoes grow to monstrous proportions. Faced with this unprecedented menace, the president calls upon Mason Dixon, special agent. Aided by his trusty sidekick, Dixon begins to unravel the terrifying mystery of the deadly tomatoes.
Come on,
This is
bro.
getting close, too close for someone or something. Who could it be? The girl reported.
I'm gonna just pause. Who shoots somebody from far away with a handgun?
I was just thinking that, like that is not a.
Yeah, well, I think he was trying to get the other guy. Though.
Okay. Anyway, let's go.
The ad executive? The press secretary? Or does it go higher? Join Mason Dixon in a race against time as he battles to save the world from the threat of nature's perfect eating machine, the Killer Tomato.
No time to make a fuss. We gotta get those tomatoes before they get us.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. You've never seen anything like it.
I thought it was the second. I thought it was the second movie. It was the first one.
It
I
was
so now that I watched that trailer, I will not be going back to watch that. No, I'm cool. I remember now.
I need to know. I need to see this.
No, I would not be going back.
I don't think I want to sleep well tonight. Not watching this.
It is not like the cartoon. They do not have faces.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing the sequels, but that's don't watch those.
No, I want the faces. I might watch the sequels now because
Yeah,
of
they
it.
don't have faces. You don't see no faces in the tomato. They just rolling tomatoes, and they get the person. Ah, that's it.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Tomatoes. Yeah, I remember. That's the only one thing I remember.
Yeah, you know what's funny? He looks.
I
so
don't
mad.
even remember the one black dude in the movie in a tomato suit.
He
The thing is, like I said, I've seen it as an adult, and I don't even remember that part. So, but I don't know, 10 years ago maybe. It's probably been about 10 years since I watched them.
That don't make no sense. No.
Yeah, I'm on it.
No, they were on something, streaming every one of them.
Yeah, they were on something when they made that. Yeah, they definitely was.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely was.
No, they were streaming on something. I don't remember what it was. It was a couple years ago though, but yeah.
On everything.
Yeah.
Wow. So
And that movie is rated R. That's crazy. Because
Yeah.
that looked like a straight PG movie.
yeah, I think Toxic Avenger was rated R too, right?
Oh
Or
yeah,
maybe.
it was rated R.
Yeah.
That movie was
Oh,
I
you
think
know what?
Matter of fact, they had a
that's what I'm looking at
unrated
is Toxic.
version.
That's
Did
what
they?
I'm looking at is Toxic.
Oh,
Toxic
yeah.
Avenger, yeah.
Oh, because when they smashed that boy's head with that car, oh yeah, they were.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Man, it was.
I think the first one was unrated. I think it was.
Hey, the movies in the 80s didn't care about anything.
Oh, no.
They
Nobody
just,
was spared.
Yeah. They was just gonna do.
They were just making
wanted.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Which quite frankly, I'm okay with that.
Well, exactly, because you know what? Don't watch it if you don't like it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much their attitude.
Yeah. They like even like scary movies was just on
Exactly.
something different back then. Like for real scary movies was just on something different. And yeah, you just won't get that back, man. So
So I'm reading this thing about how it includes a drug dealer and pimps for underage prostitutes. Toxic Adventure. I don't even remember that. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's the 80s.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I told you, I just remember the set scene. It was very weird, very uncomfortable to watch. It was just weird, bro. My dude still had the tutu on. Like,
a tutu. Like what the hell?
remember, because they had him in a. Yeah, you don't remember? You don't remember?
Have you actually never seen that movie?
Yeah. So Toxic Adventure, they tricked. It was like a nerd, and they told him to. They told him that he had like a tutu on, and he ended up.
The girl said she said like, hey, you know what? I really like you, but what really gets me going is pink tutus.
Yeah.
So he put on his pink tutu, and then they basically pranked him, and then he fell into some toxic waste.
Yeah. So he wears a tutu the whole time.
Yeah.
I never noticed that about him.
Yeah. Even in the cartoon, they sing about how he wears a tutu in the song.
Snap! I just remember Toxic Cruise.
That's all you remember?
That's all I remember. Like
they talk about how he was fighting in a tutu with a mop. Even the toys that we had, he was wearing a tutu. Yeah.
I had never noticed that or paid attention. Like it's been years, but golly.
They make him look a little more cooler in the cartoon. But yeah, he was still wearing a tutu nonetheless.
Tutu, bro. He did not take that tutu off for nothing. For nothing.
Did you see the cover of these Toxic Avengers? Look how awesome that cover looks. I wonder why I rented that movie.
I'm looking at the cartoon. I'm looking at the cover with him with the tutu.
The mop with the American flag behind, and
that looks amazing. Come on. I saw that. Look, 8-year-old me saw that, or however old I was, maybe 7.
He was like, "This me. We about to watch this."
My mind exploded when I saw that.
This came out in '86. You probably rented it when you was probably like 5 or 6. I don't know, because I was 6 when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. So
I think you rented it after the cartoon came out.
Yeah.
And because I didn't even know it was a movie about it.
So I figured I was
probably 7. Yeah, I didn't hate on you when you rented it. The first one, the second one, I did. I was done after the first one.
I
was done after the first one. I had enough.
So one thing about me, especially when it comes to movies, I have a completion anxiety. I have to finish them. So I want to tell you about a movie that if you've never watched it, save yourself the trouble and just don't. So I watched this movie called Feast. And I absolutely did not like it. I just watched it. It was weird. I watched it, but then I realized there was 2 more. And I watched the second one, and it was even worse. But then, it compelled me to watch the third one. And then even they didn't even know how to end that third movie. Literally, this about these creatures eating people. And then the third one just automatically out of nowhere, just a giant robot just comes out of nowhere, steps on them. And then a guy in a mariachi hat just starts singing about the 3 movies. And I was like, wait, what did I just watch?
They just made a new one last year.
So now that makes me
I'm
want to
just messing with you.
I'm about to say, but now that makes me want to watch it just to see the ridiculousness of it.
Don't do it.
It's called Feast.
Don't do it.
Let me look at this cover right quick. Sometimes I base movies off of covers too.
Like I said, when I made it to the first one, I'm like, I really didn't like it all that much. And then I was like, oh, but there's a second one. And then I'm like, why did I watch it? And then I'm like, oh, there's a third one. I'm like, why am I still watching it?
Beast.
Yeah, this
not the 2005.
This do look like a bootleg. This look like a Venom bootleg.
Was it 2005?
It was 2005.
It was it a low budget? It wasn't a low budget. It don't look like it was low budget. I would actually watch. I've seen this movie.
It looks like 2005, 2009, 2021. No, 21. No,
that can't be right.
No.
Oh,
The first one came out in 2005. Yes.
okay. So you don't watch the Orville? Have any of you ever watched the Orville?
I watched
All the
the
way
first
through?
2 seasons of Orville, and then
Okay.
I
So
stopped
that
watching.
monster looks like one of the monsters in I can't remember if it's the third season or not, but it looks like a monster, one of the monsters that they had in one of the episodes. When the doctor, did you see the episode where the doctor was she talked about how she used to be married before, and then so I think it was part of the third episode then. And it looks just like that. It wasn't a good episode. That episode was not good. But I love the Orville. I love the Orville.
I never went back and because I never went back to it.
Yeah, the third season is not as funny. They're great stories. Great stories. They're just not as funny. It's not as comedy. Like the biggest complaint was the people were like, "Oh, it's supposed to be a comedy show, and it's not comedy." And it was still funny. I thought it was still funny, but there were more. There were more sad episodes. There were some sad episodes, like that made you feel a certain type of way. I'll give you one of the episodes. A guy accidentally gets zapped into the past. And then so he is supposed to, law says if you go into the past, you stay away from everybody, all that, and you wait for you to get rescued. Well, he waited for like 7 years and nobody showed up. And this fool's like, look, I'm out here killing animals. And in the future, killing animals is wrong. Like you're a homicidal maniac if you kill animals, right? Because they have the machine that makes whatever you want. So you shouldn't have to kill animals. So he goes and search for this girl that he fell in love with when he found their old phone or whatever. I know you've seen that episode when he dated like this girl from the old phone and all that, and he kept getting in trouble. Where he went and found this girl for real, made a life with her, had kids, all this other stuff. So when they went and finally caught up with him, they didn't go all the way back to the time where he first went there. They ended up 7 years that he was there. And so he showed them like, look, I got married, I got kids. And they're like, bro, like do you understand what you just did? Like you could change the whole future. You're breaking all kind of laws. They would court martial you. They would hang you for this, all this other stuff. You're coming with us now. He's like, nope, if I come, my wife is coming, my kid's coming. I got a, newborn baby on the way, yada, yada, yada. And so they were like, okay, fine. We're finna go get you. And they were like, what are you talking about? He's like, we're finna go back in the past to when you first showed up and go get you. And so he's like yelling like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And the kid's like, Daddy, are we okay? And so they end up getting him back. So it was just sad because you were like, dang, they went back and got this dude. He lost his whole family and he don't even remember that it happened. So you're waiting to see for the next season to see the outcome of that's going to happen. So it was nothing really funny about the episode. So people were upset about it. Was a great episode, but people were upset about it because they were like, oh, it's supposed to be a comedy show. But, like, let's have some serious episodes. That was a great episode. What's the problem with it? Yeah.
I mean, like if you create like a formula and folks are like drawn to that formula, they want you to stick to it.
But when you watch it, you realize not like a ha you laughing all the time. There's serious episodes. It's just it's like watching the way that I'll describe the Orville. If you ever watch Star Trek episodes, it is like watching Star Trek, but they would throw humor into it about things that you don't really think about. Give you an example. You will always find these episodes of not just Star Trek, but other movies about ship that got taken over, right, by aliens or whatever, and they stick everybody in the cargo hold. This is basic sci-fi, outer space stuff. Your ship gets taken over, everybody gets stuck in the cargo hold, and you're there for days, right? As they're trying to come up with plans to get the ship back, take over the ship back, right? Except for they acknowledge something that you don't think about. So the last few people that was hiding in the ship gets caught, and they get thrown into the cargo hold with everybody else. And he goes, hey, he says, welcome. that, you finally made it. Welcome where everybody at. Just so you know, over there in the corner is where we go use the restroom at. And you laugh because you're like, yeah, I never thought about that. Like, where did they go use the restroom at? Like, yeah, over there in the corner behind those crates over there. That's where we go use the restroom at.
Yeah, they never show a toilet in Star Trek. Period. Now that I think about it, where do they just beam it out of their butts? Like, beam me up a poo, right. I've never seen a toilet.
Yeah, they never talk about going to the restroom or anything like that. But you see them coming out of the restroom in these episodes and just little weird things, But you have your serious episodes and you have your woke episodes too. I know some people consider them woke. It just depends on how you look at it, They have a nation. They have a do I want to say nation? A nation of people or a planet, a species. Yeah, there we go. A species of people who are just males on this whole. Yeah, or just men.
Oh, that sounds like hell.
No, and so
I'm like, man, y'all gay. Where the women at?
Yeah, no, it's just men. It's just men on this planet. And
I remember that episode.
And they were like, well, how do you guys have kids? And he goes, well, I lay an egg. Like one of us would lay an egg, and that's how. And then it's another man and all this other stuff. So, but you also have this episode where that egg hatch and that kid is not a male. It ends up being a female. And so they're trying to change this female. They're trying to go back to their planet so they can have a corrective surgery to change this female to a male because they would get picked on because this whole planet is male. So for that, so people look at that as like, oh, well, that's kind of woke but it was like, no, the species is all male. So, and then they have another episode of that kid having an identity crisis because she was born a girl, but she was raised as a boy, but she doesn't feel like a boy. So you have that identity thing, the crisis of her wanting to go back to her original assigned birth. So people were like, "Oh, it's woke and you're pushing the agenda," but I was like, no, it's not I was like, the child was literally born a girl. It was made to believe that it was a boy, and now wants to go back to being a girl. It's not. She
wants to be what she is.
Right.
If anything, it's anti-agenda.
Right. Right. So I was like, I didn't understand what they were like. Oh no, they're pushing agenda for trans. I was like, no, they're trying to go back to what they were, not the other way around. Yeah. They had this great episode about abortions. A great episode. So they were like on again, this other species, they were like, yeah, abortion was illegal. But what they do is they take the DNA from the man and the woman, and then they make you see what your kid would have been like. And you have to live that. This is what you missed out of. This is what you you destroyed. The Orville. Yeah.
It sounds like right up in the alley of like Black Mirror and in a sense, because it's basically sounds like it's just a bunch of different stories, but they may return to because if you ever watch Black Mirror, it's like none of the stories really connect, but however they all exist in the same universe.
Okay.
So if you pay attention. Like, it could be like a newspaper clipping. It'll be a story of something that happened in another episode. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. This is more like Star Trek. It's the homage to Star Trek. It's just not a huge. It's not like 100% comedy. Yeah. It's just not 100% comedy.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm yawning and stuff.
It's time. We're 2 hours in on our show.
Yeah.
It's time to go. We talked about Killer Tomatoes. We talked about DuckTales. We talked about Unbreakable. We talked about Feast.
X-Men.
X-Men, Storm. We covered.
I apologize, I was so late tonight.
Any and everything. It's all Adrian's fault tonight.
It is. I see what I'm blaming. It's for Black History Month. I'm blaming that black man right there.
Don't know what we're going to talk about next week. We will discuss it. But it will be another great show. And it's organic like always. And Either we'll stop after an hour or we'll keep going like we did and stop when we feel like stopping. So it's the beauty of our show. We're not restricted by anybody saying it has to be under this hour. I like it. I love it. So anybody got any last words?
Man, watch that last Airbender, man. We're gonna come back and talk about that. At least I am. I don't know. I'm probably gonna be like, yo.
You talking about the original series?
Well, you can watch the original series, but I mean, like that live action that's about to pop this Thursday. I feel like it's gonna be.
Oh,
dope.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably check it out.
Well, y'all be the one that's talking about it because I never watched any of the Airbender cartoons, so I don't even know if I would like the movie or not.
Man, it's a show. Yeah,
I'll check it out and we will have a talk.
I say check out the show because it'll be just like for me, like One Piece. Like I watched the show and it's like it made me go back to want to go watch the anime, which I prefer the live action. But that's me. That's probably blasphemous to some anime fans, but whatever. I don't care. I'm a thug. So yeah.
That makes you a thug. Okay.
Yeah. Yo, man, love y'all to life, man. Y'all be good.
All right, so we'll see y'all next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Peace.